Everything was just so overwhelming, and we just had the right people around us, cheering us up, being happy for us. And just looking at him that day, I was just too many feelings to explain how you actually feel on that day. We can't really describe. I won't have the right words to describe how I felt on that day, but I'm the most blessed girl and wife right now.
Oh.
Every time the sun goes out, when the stars collide.
Yeah, before we talk of the white wedding, I'll first want to acknowledge some few people because they did it. They did their awesome best. From my hairdresser, Nani, as we call her, she did my hair so beautifully. Like, she did exactly what I wanted. So I'm so grateful for that. And also for my wedding gown, because my wedding gown did not come the way I wanted it. So I had to take it to my tailor for her to redo it again. And really, she did a very good job. Her name is Nadesh. Shout out to Nadesh. I thank her so very much. Funnily, I did not even see my day, myself, the day of the wedding. Is when we came back, I was so surprised. I was like, wow, is this how beautiful I was looking? Then, oh my God, how will I thank my younger sister? Linfwa Joycey Clarice, my own makeup artist. I'm so grateful to have her. It's strange to have your younger sister as your makeup artist on your wedding day, and that's a big risk to take because she does good makeup, but she never went professional. So it was just a way for me to push her that you're very good in what you're doing. Why not take it to another level? You do my makeup the day of my wedding. And she just said yes. And really, that's the best decision I made because my makeup was on point.
Confirmed.
And most importantly, my husband loved it. He loved the makeup. So
aside of the fact that it was free, it was very, very great.
That's the advantage of having your younger sister as your makeup artist. You have it for free. But she will know how to take it back.
And we won't forget Dudu, because she was like her handbag. We used to say everything, but
my God, please, if you need maid of honor on hire, I beg, let me know. I have one. Her name is Dudu Balki. She can train. In fact, all of us, we say we'll take up some classes from her because she was the best maid of honor anyone can ever have. Anything I wanted, not only in front of everybody, but even backstage, she was doing great, making sure I am okay, I have eaten, my things are well packed, even giving me tips after the wedding.
And I was
how
very
my
good
honeymoon.
friend, good friend from secondary school till date.
Oh,
So
of the
from our
14
love
years
story,
she was present.
She was present.
My God, if you want to acknowledge people, it will just be too much because most of the people surrounding us on that day, Tatiana, Florence,
Bridesmaids,
all of them,
everything.
groommen, they were there from the beginning.
It was so fun, even from the apartment. I think you were part of it and everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm going to start from the challenge? Do you know we bought her wedding gown? I think that was 6 months before her actual wedding.
Yes.
Did you know I had to go through the trauma of having the wedding gown in my apartment?
In the house.
Without being able to see it. She wasn't around, but I was conditioned not to see her wedding gown. So I had to get up, go to work, come back, see that wedding gown, and get up, go back, come down, see that wedding gown.
All sealed.
So on that day in the morning, we wake up. I knew on those days there's usually stress, especially from the lady and everything.
Yeah.
I was even tempted. I went downstairs, they drove me back. I went to the girls' apartment, they drove me back, then no, come back up, you're not supposed to. It's tradition, it's signs of ill luck and everything. I said, okay, I will go back up, but I had to call my wife to be for the second time in front of God, just to ask how she was. She sounded somehow
You
stressed.
called me at the right time because at that point,
somehow good.
I was really stressed up. Your call calmed me down, like seriously.
that kind of.
I was already getting it here, up here like this.
I think there was a reason for it and everything, but
Yeah.
I guess the drama, because it was somehow like a drama, because yeah, wife is being made up and everything, that is somehow like that tension is still really going to be bright. Is Joycey going to make her the way she wants? Because to me, in my own eyes, she was always my wife, irrespective of how she looked like. But she wanted to surpass herself. I guess we men, we don't go through that stress or level. I already went with my best man, we bought whatever we could buy, we could get and everything. But I think the surprise, especially you, Karawa, had to make me face the wall as if I was being judged for a crime I've committed. I was facing the wall while my wife was coming behind me to see me. So it was somehow like an acting, and to me it was the surprise or the tension was actually there, because you're meeting the girl that's going to say yes and you're going to live with for the rest of your life. You're going to say, it's the dress she's going to wear in front of God to tell you that no, she actually loves you. She gives herself to you for the rest of her life. So once she finally held my shoulder and I had to turn and look into her, I keep on calling her since then I call her Whiny. It started with what? Whiny is just like wine. So I just had to add a Y there just to give her a name. Because to me,
and that's my best pet
she
name.
always looks like her beauty increases with time. So on dit que le bon vin dans le bon se bonifie avec le temps. Donc pour moi, c'était juste comme un surplus ce jour-là. Parce que dès que je me suis tourné, j'ai vu la femme de ma vie, enviée par tout le monde, mais elle demeure toujours la mienne.
Merci.
Tellement belle, et puis donc tout était juste parfait. Donc tous les cris que je criais souvent, c'est trop cher, ceci, la robe est ceci,
yes.
tout. J'ai tout oublié, parce que quand elle te dit j'ai acheté telle chose dans tel supermarché, je dis qu'on vend ça ici, là, pourquoi
when he's happy, forget to
qu'on a
expense.
acheté, donc j'ai tout fois oublié, j'étais seulement, my eyes were so much bright and everything, and I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe this is actually coming true.
Yeah.
That I made the right choice and she's standing right in front of me. From that day till the end of the wedding, I kept on smiling because they could not understand.
Smiling now.
Because the joy beside it is, you cannot tell it, it just emanates naturally. Because they used to say I rarely smile. And believe me, it wasn't fake.
He doesn't smile, not really, he doesn't smile. When he smiles, it's a miracle. My procession already, the song I chose had so much meaning to me, because that song came from a movie, and that movie we used to watch a lot as a family, my mom, my siblings and I. And each time we will reach that part and we'll watch that particular part of that music, I'll always be like, the day of my wedding, I want to walk down the aisle with this music, because it has so much meaning. Aside from the meaning of the movie, it also had meaning for us as a family, because we always gathered around to watch that particular movie. I can't even count the number of times we've watched it before. So walking down the aisle on that music was magical to me. And walking down the aisle again to the man of my dream, to the husband of my youth and the love of my life was just the best. I couldn't ask for any better or more. So I'm so very grateful. Walking down the aisle beside my dad, really. Walking down the aisle beside my dad, he's a very strict person. And how can he doesn't show his emotions also very much. So my dad was very happy on that day. In fact, when I walked down the aisle and later on, I told my husband that, you're very lucky. My dad really loves you so very much for him to be this way, walking me down the aisle, all smiling. And he was smiling, don't mind the serious look he had. That's his happy face. Yes. So I was so happy and honored that my parents are still alive, most especially walking down the aisle with my dad.
You know, at times when you find yourself in the house of God, there are some certain crazy stuff you've done in your whole life, the trend of your life, that you somehow like humble yourself in the midst of the Lord to make sure everything is done the way it's supposed to be. So when you get the permission from the pastor to do what is rightfully yours now, you somehow like limit it to a certain standard. But when you get the blessing from the pastor to move on with what you have to do and show him what you can actually do,
That's why
oh
you
my
have
God,
to finish me.
you just have to
That's
get
why you
grasp
have to
it,
finish
because those
me.
opportunities is something you're doing once for your whole life.
Oh my God.
So I said, thank you, pastor,
Bye.
because the first time was just pretext. I was just trying to respect formality, but the next time he gave me all his blessing, and it was
He
so
wanted
much
to finish
wow.
my lips.
I think even from the pictures you captured and everything, I don't know if somebody can kiss while smiling, but I think I was doing so. I was doing that with so much fun. And it was so much nice to do that. Can you imagine, in the house of God?
Oh my God, I was so shy. I was so shy. Usually, I'm a social person, and in fact, I am used to people. But when it comes to personal things, I get very shy in front of people. On that day, really, I was so shy. I was like, please, it's okay now. I was just talking to my heart. That please leave it like that.
He kept going.
He kept going, no, it's not hard to leave it.
I had the blessings of the pastor.
In my head, I was just imagining my dad's face. Then later on, my younger sister was asking how my dad was behaving. That your father was just doing like this. Oh, but it was good. Mine.
You just had to obey the orders.
I really wanted everything to be perfect for our day, and thank God we have the best friends ever. In fact, our bridal squad was amazing. Everybody did what he had to do so that everything should go on well. And I won't say we did not do everything ourselves. They did a lot, and really their contribution meant a lot to us. They made sure that they did their best to do what we wanted for our wedding day. Nobody argued, nobody complained, even when some few things were not going right, even when some had to have size 40, some came out with size 39. They just managed like that, and the day went on. Yeah. My maid of honor, Dudu, she came from South Africa for the wedding. And this bridal shower, I didn't plan. I wasn't really aware of it, maybe till the end. She organized everything together with the bridesmaid, with the other bridesmaid. And surprisingly, she brought everything from South Africa. She said she wanted me to have the South African feeling to be part of my wedding. So she actually dressed me up from head to toe. And she dressed also the bridesmaid from like completely. So, and it was special because I don't think I've ever seen that before on a bridal shower. It was really special and nice. We practiced, so
we tried practicing within the time and everything. I think the only time we even practiced, you were around.
Yes, that was the day we practiced.
We practiced after church wedding.
Like seriously.
Getting to the evening.
We were so busy with the events. The people that actually had time to practice were the bridesmaids and the groomsmen. But us, because I came into the country just like 3 weeks before the wedding. You know, with this short time, it's very complicated with all the planning and everything. We did not really have time for ourselves to say we'll practice our dance. Even the ballet we did during the reception and everything, we practiced after the church wedding. We practiced it.
I think that was the beauty of it, because things don't just happen as if it was a school you went to come and act in front of people. So it was just somehow fluently, but there was somehow like a chronology still because there was an understanding between both of us. So it made the beauty of it all because it's not like you guys have gone to a school to do this just to come and showcase.
And
it was us having fun.
Yeah, and
showing to the world.
I even had so much fun during our practice. So. More than even in the reception, I had so much fun. We danced like crazy. I actually enjoyed it so much. That was one of the most memorable moments for me for my wedding. Yes, the practice. Yes, during the practice, I enjoyed it. We had some me time, like us time.
And to think that everybody was in the room, but it was like it was you against the wall.
Like seriously, we were not seeing anybody,
We were
just
not
us.
seeing it. And we had many comments from that you were only looking at your girl and you didn't even watch at the invitees and everything. I told them it's love.
During the reception, right?
Yeah.
Really?
It's love. We were just there. We were just happy for your presence, but yet we were also enjoying it.
The baby, the little girl. It was a surprise. And secondly, it was just magical. The little girl, in fact, I did not know whether to smile, whether to cry. It was so soft and she did it so well. And I love ballet, I love classic dance. And that was one of the theme of our wedding, classic. I wanted something classic, simple and nice, and it just fit into the program so well. And after her performance even, I told my husband that if we have a daughter, she must learn ballet. She must learn ballet. It was so nice. Yeah, because the way she carried herself, the way she danced, the way she behaved, till the end. Even like when she was leaving like...
It was so nice. I think
so nice.
she just clued everybody because when she was dancing, we were looking at everybody. Everybody was
I was
just
even
marveled.
bending like
people were
to
just
see because my table was even covering. I was actually struggling.
You know that kind of thing. You want to
everything.
bless her with money, but you can't because you just need to
We're
enjoy that moment to the last time.
And funnily,
everything.
she's the only person we never woke up when she was dancing because we're so scotched on what she was doing. Like we remained on our chairs, just looking at her. Yeah, that was.
I think I had same moment. It wasn't my wedding day.
And when she came and took us up, like to usher us to our first dance, oh my God, it was so magical.
I think we were just following the flow of the organizers. That's why we say our wedding was just a blessing because there were a lot of people behind the scenes. We can't actually acknowledge all of them.
Yeah.
So from our wedding planner, which was a family, Numfo Sarah and everything, that's my sister.
Oh my God.
She traveled all the way from France with her husband just
Sarah.
from the wedding. That's for 1 year now that we've been organizing this wedding till date. She's been the pillar behind everything. So to that we want to say thank
organizing,
you.
Actually I have to say something. People will think we are crazy, but we had almost a 1 year counseling session with my sister-in-law and the husband. That's the sister Numfosera and the husband Yannick. It will be crazy. People will say, how can you do counseling session with the sister of your husband? It's weird, it will be biased. But no, she treats me, let me not say treated, because she treats me so nicely, and she's not biased in any way. From the time we got engaged to we started planning the wedding to our counseling session, she was there and her husband at the background. We had a whole counseling session with her and her husband before the wedding. And even during the planning and everything, she made sure that everything went on point.
So
yes.
I think she's the master behind the whole scene, as you've
She was
seen
our
like
wedding
that.
organizer, we can say that.
We just had to follow the flow and she just did it all.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. It's time for one to make some more. Come on, everybody. That's right, that's right.
She's so very strict when it concerns things like that. She's so very strict.
So the party went into the morning.
Yeah,
till 6 a.m.
without us realizing that it was already. We left in the morning. We left around 5
Yeah, 4 or 5 like
to
that.
5. Yes, and people were still dancing.
I'm very high.
There was enough to make sure they got to that point.
People were so high.
I think our best moment even was when her dad was dancing.
Dancing
He
with my
has
dad.
this special style of dancing.
Yes.
Oh God. There is so much arrogance, or let's say
I
elegance.
always,
in
I
his
always,
dance style.
yeah, I always
I've
told him
never
that
seen him dance.
that my dad has a particular way of dancing. Then when we imitate my dad's dancing, he'll be laughing. So on that day when we were dancing all together, and he saw how my dad were kind of imitating him even on the dancing floor, and my dad was so engaged in the dancing and so happy. It was so funny and good at the same time.
You're tired, but
Yeah.
the energy is there to
Yes.
enjoy because it's fun and it's your day.
And
We
that's
thank
one
God
thing.
for the energy He gave us.
Yeah, and funnily, since we started the program late at night, I didn't even have a first dance with my dad. Yes, that's one thing. I won't say I regret about the wedding, but I wish I had that moment, a first dance with my dad. But I kind of, we kind of had to catch up when dancing, all of us, and I had the opportunity to dance with him, and it was really so much fun dancing with my dad. Oh, about my mom. It's a blessing to have your mom first alive, and it's a blessing to have your mom as your best friend. During the wedding, especially the church wedding, she came to me and she was like, I'll have to show with this wedding for the next 1 year. She was so happy. She was so, in fact, everything. She made sure everything went well, especially from the traditional. She did a lot on the background.
Describe the 3 days in one word.
I will use the one word, unforgettable. That's it.
Yeah. Me, I'll use the 2 words, adrenaline and beautiful. Yes. Hi, baby. I love you so much, and I'm so blessed to have you in my life. A lot to say. I can't wait for us to. We have already started another chapter of our life, and I know we have a lot of things we are going to do. And I'll always be by your side. I'll always be there for you. You already know it. I'll always be your support, your partner, your playmate, your best friend, and the love of your life, as always. Thank you so much for being there for me, as you've always done, and for being there for me, not only for me, for my family, for taking my mom, my dad, my siblings like your own. That's really special. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much. I love you.
Hi, Mrs. Ndeta. I think I will get used to saying that till I'm not going to use the time at the end, because just saying that gives me so much joy. And I think we are somehow, like, I would say, a living example to many people, because we've gone through a lot, and yet we're still united together. Once you're by my side, it's still fun. I get pissed off at times almost every day and everything, but yet at the end of the day, you still bring back that smile to me. And I think I won't want to lose it or leave it for anything else in this life. We've once had that situation, I couldn't bear it. And for that, I'm certain I've met the love of my life. with whom I commune, the hard times, the happy times, the difficult times, the not fun time, the sorrowful time, and yet we still remain united. The sense of touch, the sense of feeling, the sense of communion, the sense of understanding between ourselves. I think it was God's will, and we pray He keeps on being by our side. Love you, Brini. Or let's say Mrs. Ndeta.
Hi guys, this is Mr. and Mrs. Ndeta.
Keep
Keep watching Carawa Media for what's hot and what's not.